Hello everybody, welcome to this session. This is more than data governance. Wow. I'm Jean-Paul Otte. I'm leading data strategy services for the region at Precisely. And today I have the pleasure to have with me one of our customers, Paul Bell, who is Global Head of Data Trust and Integrity at Entain. And yeah, Paul, welcome.
Thanks.
When we have prepared this session together, we have discovered that we had a lot of thinking in common, a lot of lessons learned. We have been working in the financial sector, both of us, and a lot of challenges that we see in the market, and typically to implement data governance. So, Precisely, in a nutshell, is we are providing software. We are the leader in data integrity. We are providing software, we are providing data, and we are providing strategic services. As you see, 12,000 customers worldwide. I was a customer of Precisely before as a CDO of a bank in Belgium, and also as a data governance lead in a utilities company in Belgium. 99 of the Fortune 100 countries. So this is Precisely, our stand is there, so feel free to come and visit us. But today is a special day for Precisely, not only because it's Big Data London and we are there, but we are also releasing this report that we made in partnership with Le Beau College of Business from Drexel University. And this is a survey of more than 560 companies worldwide, different size, with a lot of different profiles responding to these surveys. And this is going a very interesting insight of what will be the key challenges in 2025 and what is the state of the market today. So this is released today, and I have the pleasure to share with you already some insight from this report. As you see, data-driven decision making is still the top goal of the data initiative, of the data initiatives in the data programs in companies. But you can note that operational efficiency is really there also, a very big topic and a big goal. And it's interesting because when you look at all the stands here, we are always talking a lot about AI, about analytics, about decision making and BI, but operational efficiency means processes, and you need trusted data to operate your processes. You need also data to analyze your processes and monitor your processes and optimize your processes. This was, I think, something interesting to notice. Data modernization is also coming more and more in the answer. Now, about data governance. Data governance is more and more a topic, and more the data governance implementation is more and more a reality in the companies. I think it's moving from 60% like last year to more than 70% this year. And you see that, there is a value, of course, in implementing the data governance. At least there is an expected value to implement data governance. But if you look at another perspective, only 67% of the companies still don't completely trust their data. So, and mainly for decision making. So, we can say that, it's more than data governance. Data governance is not sufficient. And that's really something we are sharing with Paul.
Thanks, Jean-Paul. Appreciate it. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you all. We're going to kick off with a show of hands straw poll. It's off-piste, I didn't write it, but I want you, if anyone's worked in banking, big banks, raise your hand. Yeah? Banking? Keep it up if you've worked on implementing data governance in those banks, okay? Now, keep it up if you've got some form or had some form of PTSD as a result. It's quite a lot. And then when you drop the hand, you're in denial. Good, so we know what the origins of data governance were. It wasn't just that I'm supposed to introduce my company, so I'll put that up for a little while. I think the tagline is, we're a big company, honest. So I'm at Entain a year. I want to thank Precisely for giving me this little therapy opportunity. I'm not going to fix the world, but I'm going to talk about some pillars of discipline, some pillars and principles that in my PTSD from banking days and BCBS 239, I'm finding very valuable and that are working somewhat. So that's what I was talking about. I covered that with the Paul Reilly. Top-down command-oriented frameworks, BCBS 239, time people's risks, expensive, slow, painful. And my experience at a large global European bank was most of our stakeholders were just more and more alienated. The more and more regulatory deadlines we told them about, the bigger the stick we brought out, the more we escalated. I didn't enjoy it. Not really. Not all of it. So it's painful, right? Data governance can be really painful. Like, people really do not enjoy it. And then there's OCD people somehow stay in it. But so my lessons learned, and what we're doing at Entain, lessons learned, with my team, with my peers who work in the other parts of the Chief Data Office, with my CDO, business-driven priorities. So I've got some great people on my team. They can find a lot of stuff to do in data governance very easily, because there's a lot to do. There's a lot of data there, right? So every time they bring something new and say, look at this, we can do this, we can fix this. My first question is, who are you fixing it for? What's the data consumer that's willing to partner with you? And who's complaining about it? So we have a strict, right now, because the CDO lets me, we'll see how long that lasts. We have a strict, only data consumer problems matter. And that's all we're trying to fix at the beginning, right? Now, there'll be a point where someone ties me to a chair, makes me write a policy, but I will keep avoiding that for now. Because all I want to do is find some people who use data and make them care. Make them actually give a shit about what we're doing, right? So that's what this is about, right? And they can tell me all their problems, and in the way we're set up, we don't just take data governance problems and data quality problems. We ask them what are the problems, and then we've partnered with other teams in the data shop and outside of the data shop, and we try and bring collective solutions to more than just data governance. And that's how I believe data governance can actually be delivered in a way that's more accepted, with more partners, with data consumers, and the business priorities, people actually getting it and delivering quick. So we do that through a fairly flexible use case strategy. We do have 7 or 8 criteria. My boss's criteria was very much the things that I care about, my boss cares about. So I put that in as one of the 7. But I had some other criteria, one of them being it's achievable. That we can get it done, that it's bite-sized. And the other one being that a business partner will have responsibilities for this use case with us. No passing over the fence, no throwing it over the wall. So that's the second column, really. And the third column, sometimes I don't even talk to them that much about data governance, right? Sometimes it's just like, what are your problems? Oh, I think maybe some ownership could help that. Or maybe we can get the lineage done so you can see where it comes from. Like, there's a lot of problems they'll bring to the table. You can deliver data governance solutions to just that data set, right? Along with solving their other problems. Along with giving them more than just a data governance program, more than just pointing at a policy, more than telling them what to do top down, right? So that's that's the three. I could have put a fourth one up there, but people get bored after three. So the fourth one would really be collaboration. Collaborate a lot with Data Privacy Office and Cyber, so they're signed up as partners on the use case methodology. We've got a playbook for the use case, right? And there'll be badges for being cyber compliant and for being private data compliant. I could probably go to 5 or 6 columns, but like I said, you won't remember them if I did that. So a few ways that the partnership with Precisely has developed, and it's less than a year, for me anyway. The data catalog was already at Entain when I arrived. It was already busily harvesting millions of data, metadata, and it was more or less configured. So I got a little lucky. I had something already in the box kind of to go with. But in the approach on the use case and the approach on stakeholder engagement, it's been really good to find that Precisely feel pretty much the same way and are principled around how you do it. And they've helped us do a fairly user-friendly business glossary. They've helped us to adapt to consumer demand. And the stuff's up there, I don't need to read it to you. But the acronym Bible was a funny one. We were just talking to a stakeholder about something, and they're like, okay, well, one of my team was Andy's over there, and he comes and tells me, we've got an acronym Bible in the catalog, and I'm like, well, what the hell's that? What's going on? Nobody talked about that. But it's a good example of just adapting to like data demand, right? Data consumer demand. Like, what do they want? What's going to help them? So why not, right? And that's stretching now into reporting inventories that we're working on, because that's super useful for people looking for reports. So that adaptability, Precisely's partnered with us and been willing to go on the journey, and they've found that some of the things that we do they like, so they want to enhance the product with it, so they've been willing to do that as partners. Super important, right? Usability. Like UX and UI is the first most important thing I care about any data tool. Can I put that in front of people who don't have data jobs? Are they able to use it easily? Is it instinctive? Like the search function, I want it as Google as it could possibly be. And we've got it to a pretty good place. But there are other things our stakeholders told us, right? So as we were finding tactical data definitions and tactical glossaries on SharePoint, in all sorts of places, Confluence, we found that just doing some custom tagging helped those people, right? Because there's like users of this bit of data, and it's known as a cube, or it's known as whatever they call it. So we took their tags, we put them in. So it's searchable on their tags, and they have buttons on their tags. Even better, they can now do that as hot links directly from their own reports. And they can give that to their customers as well, internal customers. Just little, like, what does the user need? How can they find it easy? Like, I don't want any of them going through data access for the catalog, so we got rid of that, right? Everybody's got read-only access. It was, I think we had, January 1st, we had no users outside of the team looking after it. April 1st, it was 400 users. July 1st, 4,000, and now it's 12,000. And that's basically all of the office-based staff in Entain globally. They can all just click in. It's available on the apps for the company, and anyone can go look at it. So those are just examples, right? It's not everything. I'm just trying to give a little insight, right, into how to make users first, how to make data stakeholders first. I've now got senior people telling their people, if they're doing something, you got to put it in the catalog. And I've got my boss's boss. I'm still educating him, right? But my boss's boss is like, right, we're going to enforce that. How do we make sure hundreds and hundreds of people are using the data catalog, or thousands of people? I'm like, we'll figure it out. It's okay. We're not there yet, but we'll figure it out. So, yeah, that's really my my therapy session, and a few of yours as well, I think. So with that, thank you for listening and joining in the therapy. I'll hand back to Jean-Paul.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul, for this explanation of your journey. And as already discussed, we are really aligned on the challenges and on the way to approach it. And because today, I think when you look at the challenges of a chief data officer or data leader or data governance manager, call it how you like. the major challenge is mobilizing the company, mobilizing all the stakeholders on your journey, because you need it, because it's a transformation, because if you want to manage data as an asset, you have to change the way of working of the whole company and to integrate data best practice, data management best practices in the business as usual. So from the executive committee that you will need, not only to say yes, data is important, just do that, but they have to be on board it, they have to be involved in the journey. The middle management should take the accountability, because if you want to break down silos, you have to put these people together to be able to speak the same language and to agree that if we have some issues, if we don't trust data for a usage somewhere, maybe the colleague who is the owner of the data should be accountable to make data fit for this purpose. So middle management on board is really key, but also of course all the different roles and the new processes that you will implement on business side, you will have to onboard these people and to have it on board. So these are, for me, the main challenges are people today. People. We know the what, we know the why. The problem is the how and how to onboard people. And for that, I think we should change the mindset, and we should not focus on something which is a means, in fact, data governance. If you look at the definition of data governance, it's all about a mean, it's all about something abstract, it's all about something that is not really linked to business value. I mean, orchestration of company staff, technologies and processes to manage data, okay, right. So, you know, I remember my first day as a CDO in a bank in Belgium. I met the CEO and he told me, Jean-Paul, I don't understand what you will do, but I know it's important. And that's not a good news. He should understand what I will do, but I should be able to explain it in his word. And I think to do that, we should focus on the value. And I have a simple sentence, which is, let's together make data fit for purpose. And this is about what I call data excellence instead of data governance. So more than data governance is data excellence, because it's a clear message, because it's focusing on the data you need and not on the data you have, because that's the data you need at the end of the day, which is important, which will really bring value, and it will enable you to engage the entire organization. So we have packaged it into a framework, which is really in line with what Paul explained before, use case driven, etc. You will see it. So focusing on critical data, so on business value, is a guiding principle. Accountability of senior management is for me the real prerequisite. You need it. It's a key success factor. And then you can start to assign new roles on business side, because the manager the management is aware. So you can start to assign new roles in new processes, in continuous improvement processes in data management, and of course it will help to break down silos. So this framework is all about three major components. One team of business leaders and middle management, data leaders and business leaders together forming a team to identify the data priorities based on the business objective and derive it into a data roadmap where you will find the priority data that are important, the data subject that are important, and also the improvement initiatives that will be identified by the data stewards or data champions that will enter this continuous improvement process. So, a team with accountability of the domain owners, and this is really steering the data roadmap, a process and a role on business side, and in the middle, you see this one-stop shop for data, a collaborative platform where which will be the way to show the value to everybody in the company, from the exec team to anybody in the company, any collaborator who is looking for data, who is trying to understand some data, who is, for example, trying to answer some compliance obligation and this kind of thing. So, business and data leadership team, a team owning and steering the roadmap, a continuous improvement process on business side with the key role of data stewards of data champion, and a collaborative platform that is the one-stop shop. That will, I think, help you to mobilize all the company, as I already said, which is very important. So if you can put on the table of your executive committee that we have this strategic ambition, we have this business objective, and we know that for this business objective, we have this score of data fit for purpose. We have this score of data excellence. If they see that for each objective, for each initiative, they will be onboarded in your program, because they will follow this KPI. Same for senior management, they are accountable for a domain. So what is the level of fit for purpose data in my domain? What is the level, what is the progress of my data initiative, etc. So KPI, data excellence KPI. For data champions, of course, for the data they own, and for anybody looking at your one-stop shop, looking at the data product and seeing that this data product has this level of trusted data fit for purpose is really important also. And making them collaborate to improve is also important. So with data excellence, mindset, KPIs, you will generate enthusiasm on business side for the data role. You know, data stewards have always been considered as a victim. We have to make them a champion, bringing value to business objective. This is key. Accountability, enthusiasm, awareness, ambition, through KPIs. So this is about, this is about this framework. I don't know what's happening, okay. Takeaways, focus on value, forget about data governance, it's unsellable. I don't know if you can say it in English, but sell data in data excellence. Accountability across the organization, demonstrate value with the one-stop shop, collaborative platform is key to enable that, and mobilize the whole company with the right KPIs. That's what we do at Precisely with our software, with our services, and with this framework that I was talking about, that you can apply very, very rapidly. So, if you want to know more about that, we are just there at the exit of this room, and we have a very good demo of this one-stop shop based on AI use case with integrating the AI Act, etc., which is regulatory, but anyway, it shows you how we integrate everything in the same place. And then we have another session, data science and ML ops theater there with 3 crucial considerations for AI-ready data. Paul and I will be there at least for 30 minutes, so if you have any questions, we have some time left now, but if you have other questions, feel free to join us, and feel free to also give us your feedback, of course. So maybe it's time for question now. Paul, if you can join me, if there are some questions. 5 minutes left.
Your new therapy could have so many people in it.
Hi. With Precisely specifically, with a platform like that, what's the minimum threshold for like a size of company and like the volume of data to kind of qualify to use a product like Precisely? It's a bit of an odd question, but I hope you understand why.
Yeah, I understand it. I think whatever the size of the company, if you want to take the wave of AI, if you want to get value of your data, you have to do that. You have to do that, and you have to manage data in a better way. So the size is not important, and if you try to do that, to define your data, your lineage, your understand your data through Excels and to SharePoint or whatever, you will really rapidly end up with a unmanageable situation. And so our solution is really fitting all size of company, to be clear. And feel free to get the demo there and you will see.